What if I told you they knew it was coming, planned for it, practiced for it, laughing all the way to the bank? We're not talking Nostradamus tea leaf readings here. We're talking documented rehearsals, elaborate simulations, and a chillingly prescient TED Talk delivered years before the world ground to a halt. They told us the pandemic was a black swan event, unforeseeable, unavoidable, a once-in-a-century shock. But what if it wasn't? What if the fix was in? What if the whole damn thing was a script? Tonight, we pull back the curtain on a high-stakes shadow play involving global elites, pandemic simulations, and the unsettling question: were we warned, or were we being programmed? Buckle up, because what you're about to see will change the way you view the last few years, forever. Let's start with the smoking gun. Bill Gates' 2015 TED Talk, titled, "The Next Outbreak?" We're not ready. 5 years before the world was locked down, Gates warned of a looming global pandemic, not from war, but from a highly infectious virus. He outlined precisely the scenario we later lived through: a fast-spreading pathogen, inadequate healthcare systems, and a lack of global preparedness. Now, predicting a future threat isn't inherently sinister, but the detail is unsettling. The specificity is chilling. He even used graphs and animations eerily similar to the visuals later used to represent COVID-19's spread. Was this just educated forecasting based on epidemiological models? Or was it something more orchestrated? Was this public preparedness or subtle preconditioning? Because this isn't where the story ends. Not by a long shot. Delve a little deeper, and you'll stumble upon Event 201. Just months before the first reports of COVID-19 surfaced, in October 2019, the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, hosted a high-level pandemic exercise called Event 201. The simulation focused on a fictional coronavirus pandemic, transmitted from bats to pigs to humans, causing a global catastrophe. Now, again, simulation exercises aren't uncommon. They're used to prepare for potential crises. But the parallels between Event 201 and the actual COVID-19 pandemic are unnervingly close. The simulated virus, the economic disruption, the social unrest, the misinformation challenges, the focus on vaccines, it's all there, playing out on a tabletop, just weeks before the real thing went live. Coincidence? Maybe, but a lot of coincidences are starting to feel like a pattern. The rabbit hole goes deeper. Back in 2001, there was Operation Dark Winter, another senior-level exercise focusing on a bioterrorist attack using smallpox. This exercise predicted the breakdown of society, mass casualties, and the potential for martial law. Then, we have the SPARS pandemic 2025 to 2028, a futuristic scenario outlining communication challenges during a hypothetical pandemic response, including widespread vaccine hesitancy fueled by online misinformation. Each of these simulations, each of these exercises, paints a progressively clearer picture of potential societal collapse driven by pandemics and misinformation. They all touch upon similar themes. They all involve similar players. And they all lead to similar conclusions: increased government control, the suppression of dissent, and the erosion of individual liberties, all under the guise of public safety. Are these preparations for the inevitable, or roadmaps for engineered crisis? Let's consider the timelines, and something very disturbing arises. Years of simulations preparing the key actors, politicians, NGOs, health institutions, media moguls trained on message control, even a fictional, anti-vaxxer, narrative battle tested years in advance, all in place just ahead of a convenient release. I mean release of a never-before-seen novel coronavirus conveniently impacting a key U.S. election cycle. Then, what's this? Only a few weeks prior, the Department of Defense secretly and strategically canceled their tracking project for future global virus threats, a pandemic early warning system, and the news cycle forgot it instantly in the chaos of lockdowns. What if COVID-19 wasn't a spontaneous tragedy, but a meticulously planned, stress-tested operation, rolled out precisely when the world was most vulnerable? A perfect storm engineered to reshape society according to a predetermined agenda. Too much? Maybe, but ask yourself, do the pieces fit a little too perfectly?
This is an official statement from the Global Pandemic Response Coordination Unit. The exercises you refer to are standard operating procedure in the field of public health preparedness. They are designed to identify vulnerabilities in our response systems and to strengthen our ability to protect the population from future threats. These exercises do not predict the future, they prepare us for it. Any suggestion to the contrary is irresponsible and dangerous.
So, they practiced and planned and prepared. The question is, for what? Were they safeguarding humanity, or setting the stage for something far more sinister? Something far more controlled? We've barely scratched the surface here. We need you, your eyes, your insights, your shared research, to dissect these patterns, expose the connections, and demand the truth. Dive deeper with us in the Anomaly Ledger Inner Circle. Subscribe now.